All right, so today on MAGA Crash Out, we're going to start off with a tweet from a Trump supporter, and then we're going to get into Donald Trump himself, basically spilling the beans and telling on himself. So you can go over on X. This is what one Trump supporter says. I'm not going to mention their name because it's irrelevant at this point. Quote, "We were promised mass deportations, not even on track to deport more than Obama. We were promised an Epstein list. It doesn't exist. We were promised Doge checks. Not a word about them. We were promised this administration was America first, but weapons to Ukraine and funding to Israel. Don't be mad at me. I don't like being lied to, and you shouldn't like being lied to." Hold up, champ. Relax. I'm not going to let you off the hook that easy. You're a Trump supporter, and what you did when you went out there and you decided to go and vote for Donald Trump, you voted for this. So I don't want to see these crocodile tears all over X MAGA, because guess what? You get what you vote for, all right? You know what I mean. Yeah, he's not going to deliver on any of the things he promised you because, believe it or not, he is the deep state. He is the list. And you Trump supporters, this is all your fault. This is all your fault because you couldn't bring yourself to vote for Kamala Harris, all right? And so look at where this nation is at right now. The biggest thing, it's not Donald Trump's policies or anything like that. No, the biggest thing is the Epstein files. And every day, what does your dear leader do? He gives you another clue that not only is he in the files, but perhaps he is the files. Yeah. And so today, Donald Trump confessed, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't believe this. He confessed that pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, this is a confession. He's basically saying, I am involved with what Epstein did that involved these kids in an interesting way. Right now, he's not explicitly saying he did anything except for hiring kids.
It is pretty soon. We think pretty soon.
Mr. President, Epstein has a certain reputation, obviously. I'm just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women?
With some of them.
Were some of them young women?
No. Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken.
No.
And it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad. But that story's been pretty well out there. And the answer is yes.
Oh.
Young
Yeah.
women?
So young women, the answer is yes. Not directly, but the answer is yes. MAGA, how y'all gonna keep defending this stuff? What more evidence do you need? If this was Diddy, if this was, R. Kelly or anyone else, you would be throwing the book at him. I know that, you know that, but you're gonna get out here and lie and try to say you wouldn't. But listen to your dear leader.
In the spa.
In the spa.
Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago.
Oh.
And people were taken out of the spa, hired by him. In other words, gone. And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that. And then when I heard about it, I told them, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa.
What?
I don't want him taking people. And he was fine. And then not too long after that, he did it again. And I said, out of here.
Mr. President, did one of the
So it's not that he found out Jeffrey was doing nasty things that involved children. It was he just didn't like that Jeff took one of his. And notice the word his. It's mine. It's ownership. This is how Donald Trump sees these kids. They're his. They're his property. Again, MAGA, you so-called Christians. How do you explain this? To me, it's actually you're really at a point now where you need to just honestly get down on your knees and repent and ask God to forgive you, ask this nation to forgive you, because what he's doing is he's laying the breadcrumbs down so that he can get you ready to accept whatever he's going to be doing next, whatever may come out next, whether it's because of him or because of Ghislaine Maxwell, because obviously I hate to say it. Actually, I don't mind saying it, but she has leverage over the president because she knows everything Donald Trump did around her and Jeffrey Epstein. She knows it from the bottom of her heart, and she knows that at any moment she could say something and rock his world. But let's go ahead and finish this up.
persons that include Virginia Giuffre?
What?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa.
You think?
I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yep. He stole her. And by the way, she had no.
Hold on. Did you hear what he just said? He stole her? Wow. Wow, Donnie, you a wild boy. You are a wild boy, champ. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. He said he stole her. Oh, see, and this is why, you got to listen to stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen, because when you get the truth coming out like this.
Yep. He stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know. None whatsoever.
Okay. So she had no complaints. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to debunk this whole thing in record time. What you're listening to, this is a guilty person's conscience, rambling and ranting, and hopefully some of the things that they're saying will at least get someone out there to feel sorry for them, because they can't believe that they're in a situation like this. Their poll numbers supposedly are through the roof. They've had the most successful 6 months known to any modern president. They're going after President Obama. They're going after the Democrats. They've got the tariffs going, and they just can't wrap their mind around how can all this stuff be going great for me, and the Epstein thing comes back into the picture, right? And so what I'll say is this, MAGA, congratulations. You brought this on yourselves. This is what you voted for. And what we're really about to do is separate the wheat from the tares, so to speak, right? So I know a lot of people out there, they call themselves Christians, and they call themselves worshipers of Jesus Christ. Well, now we're about to find out whether or not that's true. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my reaction to another day of MAGA crashing out. If you like this kind of content, I'm trying to move over here to YouTube. I do my lives mainly on TikTok. But if you like this content, come on over here to YouTube. Continue to like, subscribe, share these videos. Make sure you share these videos to all, and I do mean this, all Trump supporters, because what I'm doing is I'm unlocking something in their brains when I get out here and show them what's really going on. All right. Until next time, my friends, take care and stay safe out there.